Okay, so if you have the ConnectBox X96 or the ConnectBox XL, I'm going to walk you through installing Kodi 17. The first thing you need to do is go to your apps, because what you'll need to do in the apps section is uninstall Kodi 16. If you're currently running that, if you're running Kodi 15, you would have to do the same thing. But before we do that, let's do a force stop if we need to. If the application is not running, don't worry about that then. You can go and clear the data. The reason why you want to clear the data is that if you install or upgrade Kodi, when you open it up, whatever version you were using prior to the upgrade, because you still have data in there from an older version, it's going to corrupt your install. So clear the data. Afterwards, then do an uninstall of the current version of Kodi that you're using. Once done, you'll back out of that apps location and then go to, by clicking on File Browser, go to your USB drive and copy the files to your hard drive on your device. So the files that you need, copy them to your hard drive. That way it's easier to gain access to those, and at the same time the reads may be sped up as well, depending on what version of USB you're using. What you're learning here can be used for any Android box. So any Android box that's Android version 6, you can do the same thing. So right now you see that Kodi 17 is being installed. And where am I installing it from? I'm installing it from the location where the file was located on the hard drive. I suggest that everyone should copy needed files to their hard drive, so that way they always have those files available. Once you've done the install of Kodi 17, open Kodi 17 up. If you have the ConnectBox X96, you could click on Kodi KD player or the Kodi icon. If you have the ConnectBox XL, just click on the Kodi logo. Once in Kodi 17, the user interface is totally different. So you really you have to play with it for a little bit to find out where things are located at. But if you click on settings, you'll be able to go to File Manager. This will allow you to add your source. The source that you add is going to be the source that's going to provide a build for you, so that way it's easier to get around in Kodi. The source that I have been using with Kodi 17, although I love the Pulse build, Pulse doesn't have a build ready yet for Kodi 17, so I've been using the Spins TV build. You can get to the Spins TV build by going to http://spins://spinstvrepo.com. That's spinstvrepo.com. Once you've added that source, give it a simple name. Here I'm going to use Spins. I'm just going to spell out SPINZ. Once you're done, click OK. Now that you've added the source, you can back out of this location, the File Manager location, and you can go back to the default load screen for Kodi 17. Once there, go to add-ons. Once there, there's a box up in the close to the upper left hand corner. Click on that. It looks like a package. It looks like a package being opened for Christmas. That's where you're going to find your repositories and zip file connections that you have made available by way of adding sources. Once in that location, click on Install from Zip File. When you enter into that section, you're going to be presented with an alert that says that unknown sources has been enabled. If you want to access sources that you have added, then you need to enable that feature. So you're able to go to settings by clicking the settings icon on there, and you're able to go and enable unknown sources. It's going to ask you, are you aware that your data could be compromised on your device and on your Android box? Just say yes. You should be fine. Plus, you shouldn't have anything personal on your Android boxes other than your account for Amazon, Google, etc. And usually for any kind of access to those types of accounts, they're going to always send you an email asking you, is it okay for that device to be used or used to, access your Google or Amazon account. Once you've added this setting, then you're going to want to back out of the unknown sources location and then click on Install from Zip File again. At that time, you'll be able to see the source you added. In our case, we added the spins. So you'll click on the spin source, and then you're going to select repository spins TV, whatever the name of that zip file is at that time. So you'll click on that repository.spins TV, and when you click on that, it will install the contents of that, so you'll have a repository. You see up there in the upper right hand corner, it's alerted you that the repository has been added. Now that you know that the repository has been added, you can click on Install from Repositories, and you can choose Spins TV. And then you will go to Program Add-ons. Once in Program Add-ons, click on Spins TV Wizard. The Spins TV Wizard will give you several different builds you can choose from. Once you've added the Spins TV Wizard, once again you'll see an alert in the upper right hand corner just letting you know that the wizard has been installed. You'll also see another informational alert just letting you know what's going on in the Spins TV community. So you can either dismiss that, or you could just say remind me later. The next screen that comes up, it'll have some options that you can enable since it's your first time using the Spins build. And so these options that you can enable are things like keep my profile, keep my sources, keep my favorites, etc., keep my repositories. So you can decide what you want to keep. I normally don't keep login data, um, and anything I don't understand, but if it makes sense to me, then I keep it. Once you've selected your options, just click continue and it'll take you to the next screen. So you can click on joystick support. I guess if you have games that you're playing or something within Kodi, then those joysticks or game controllers would work appropriately, I guess. So just select that. It's not going to hurt anything. You select it by just clicking it. Now you see it's highlighted. Click here to continue. Just click that next section and continue. Right, so now you have the opportunity to select a build. This little alert's just letting you know that no build has been configured. Okay, so now you're presented with the various different builds. Now, what I do in this video, because this was my first time actually installing the Kodi 17 build, but what I did in this video, I went and I selected an option that seemed to relate to Kodi 17. So I believe I had chose the Krypton build, and I interpreted the number 5 that was on the side of that wording to indicate that's how many builds are available for 17. So I was presented with this screen, but because I saw the 16.1, I clicked on that Krypton build again. It was highlighted in blue. I clicked on it, and then I saw the 17s. So my logic here was that one, I was already familiar with Spins. I've used the Spins TV Premium Lite build previously when we first started setting up devices. But I also decided to do it because I saw that more people had downloaded it. Since this video, I've gone back to the Spins TV site and I've noticed that people are downloading other builds. I have not tried any of those other builds. The way I operate is that I work with builds that seem to work consistently. As long as they work consistently, there's no issues for me, then I know that our customers won't have any issues. And that's how I make the decisions on what build I'm going to use. So once you choose the Spins TV Premium Lite, go down and do a standard install. You don't need to do a fresh install because you have no other builds on your device or inside of this Kodi 17 build. So you don't need the application to wipe out those older builds. So here, would you like to download it? I say yes, and it starts installing it. It's actually gathering this build from the Spins TV website where they have their builds available to the public. Now, once you've been able to download the build, it'll start the process of extracting the files and installing them. And that process is relatively quick. I've never ever had a install show any errors when doing the install. So now all you need to do is a force close. That will close Kodi down. And then click back on your Kodi icon to re-enter the Kodi application. So here on this ConnectBox X96, I think I just clicked on KD player. Whatever device you're using, just do the same. Click on whatever your application is. Once again, you just get a reminder that's explaining what's going on in the Spins TV community. You can dismiss it or just say remind me later. The application will go and enable some various different add-ons that have not been enabled, along with enabling the skin. So what took place here is that I've shortened this video. However, what took place is that the installation hung. It hung on configuring the Spins Phoenix skin. So what you have to do in that kind of situation, once you recognize that your Kodi installation has hung, then you need to exit out of the application, and there's several ways to deal with it. One way is that you can go to your apps setting section on your home menu screen and force stop the application. However, in Kodi or in Android 6, sometimes you don't get that option to do the force stop. So what I do is I'll go back into the Kodi application. After backing out of it, I'll go back into it, back out of it again, and I may have to do that a few times, and then I'll get that message that says Kodi's not responding, would you like to close it? And then I click OK, and then I go back into the Kodi application. In this case, I was doing an install, so I'll go back into the Kodi application and it will continue installing properly. And now you see this is the Spins build. It has the skin set up. Everything is ready to go. So what will take place in the background, the Spins application will continue to update settings, bring in various different icons, picture images, and all of that is taking place in the background. It will also enable some default add-ons that need to be enabled. And the Spins build, I like it because it's for the most part pretty similar to how the Pulse build is laid out. So it's a great build to use. As you look at the video, you'll see where I'm passing through various different menu items, just giving you an idea of some of the content that's contained. But do also keep in mind that this is a fresh install of the Spins build in a Kodi 17 operating system or application. So it's still updating. I just want you to see that there are a lot of items, a lot of add-ons available to you that are already pre-configured. There's other add-ons that you may be used to using that are not enabled by default. However, you can go into your system and then add-ons, and you can go to you may have to look through various different repositories that are contained within your repository file location. However, as you explore those, you will see some of the different add-ons that you are familiar with and have enjoyed using, so you can enable them here. This add-on is one of my favorite ones for watching NBA games. I can't wait until the NFL season to see if you can also watch the NFL games. This is using Pro Sports. And one of the things that I will say is that to watch the HD live TV streams, that's not the same thing as video HD streams, but live TV streams, unmodulated, you need to have a very powerful device to watch those. One of the devices that we have on our site, the ConnectBox XL, it can handle these streams with no issues at all. We've also had some success too with the ConnectBox X96 as well with some of the streams. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you all have been able to learn a lot. Thank you once again.